So back during the summers, in between my teaching, my academic teaching school years, that being September to June, when June was over, I would be promptly looking for a temporary summer job. There was one that I went to a couple of years in a row, and that involved packing stuff and sending people samples of packaging, specifically in the cosmetics industry. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Let's talk about how packaging can influence a price either in your favor or a great deal of a markup. Okay, so basically, I would create all these sample packages and send them around to all the companies that were interested in upgrading their fashionable looking tops of bottles of nail polish, of women's makeup foundations. You'd be surprised as to what an intricate business this is. I didn't know anything about it. I was young. I was fascinated looking through all the models of the separate caps, all the gazillion different types of brushes, styles of caps for the nail polish, for example, the nail polish bottles themselves. Oh, this is a very complicated industry, let me tell you. It kind of sort of made me glad when September rolled around. I went back to teaching, but it paid some extra bills, and I was able to tuck a couple away during those summers. I didn't just want to sit idle. So let's say when my youngster was at camp, for example, good opportunity for me to, excuse me, make some extra money to make a better year. Okay. And it was a great experience, but it taught me a lesson. It taught me a lesson about packaging. Okay. Packaging can be sold from the sublime to the ridiculous because fashion ebbs and flows and changes, trends change, people's idea of what looks cool changes, everything changes, and it's a constant update, update, update. And that's one thing. But it doesn't change the contents that those other companies, let's say the contents of their makeup, their formula is still exactly the same as maybe 20 years ago or 30 years ago, but the packaging of which they present their product will change over time. You know it yourself. Let's say a jar of cold cream, for example, doesn't quite look exactly like the same jar of cold cream that, let's say, our moms used to use back in the day, even though the product itself perhaps has not changed. Although some formulas have changed, but that's another show. Now let's talk about the grocery store. Do you think if we pay for fancy packaging, it might influence the price of the food that we get? You better believe it. You better believe it. Let's look at those tuna pouches, for example. I tell you, they are a convenient idea. Sure, you could pack them anywhere. They're lightweight, they're seemingly relatively inexpensive, but we'll talk more about the value about that in a second or so. Very convenient. You're paying for the convenience. You're not necessarily paying for volume. I don't think there's enough in there to barely make a decent sandwich. You have to plump your sandwich up with other stuff. So per pouch, I don't really believe it's meant for two people. I believe per pouch, it's meant for one person, and that's totally fine. But keep that in mind as you're spending it per unit price. If you get a good sale on a few, great. You take them to work, it's still way cheaper than eating lunch outside. But ask yourself, maybe am I getting more tuna, more bang for my buck if I purchase it from a can? Now, it probably costs a lot less to seal those tuna pouches in that pouching material, which is kind of like, oh, what is that word? It begins with M. Anyway, whatever it is, I don't want to say it incorrectly, okay? However, the material that's used to make those tuna pouches, very lightweight. They ship better. They're lightweight, which means it's going to cost the manufacturer a lot less money to ship as opposed to heavy, heavy cans of things. Okay. All right. So, but are you getting enough actual product, enough tuna, enough meat, whatever you get, canned chicken versus pouch chicken? That only you could determine what is correct for you. Sometimes the cans are filled with more water than product. So I can't specifically say which is a better deal. Can't say it because to me that wouldn't be correct. So that's a trial and error thing. I'm just saying. Now, shampoo. Now, shampoo's ingredients and conditioner are basically the same overall. If you read the back of shampoo bottles, let's say from the dollar store to $1.25 store, whatever, read the back of those labels versus the very expensive tuna. Tuna? Oh my gosh, wake up, Janet. I'm not going to edit this one out. That's too funny, okay? I definitely need caffeine this morning. I had my decaf. I think next cup will be caffeinated. I think the severe heat we're going through is getting to me. All right. What I was trying to say is you have to determine which is a better bargain for you. Now, I lost my train of thought, so we'll just jump on to no frills packaging. Do you remember? Do you remember the no frills stores from back in the old days? Who remembers no frills stores? There were stores basically that you went in, everything was a black and white label. The background was usually white, the lettering was just black, black lettering. That was it. No fancy colors, no fancy packaging, no fancy bottles. We didn't care. We didn't care. We got cereals, for example, at a fraction. My daughter was a baby at that time and I needed diapers. I purchased diapers at the No Frill store and I got them for a fraction of the cost and it did the same trick. Just saying. I'm just saying. So it was a great deal because of the packaging. Somebody figured out, wait a minute, let's just put it in basic packaging. Let's, uh, decrease their own cost to manufacturer, which could be passed along to the consumer. They were great. I don't know what happened to no frill stores. I wish they'd bring them back. Bring them back. If you're listening, bring them back. I'll stand there with a megaphone. Bring back the no frills. Now more than ever, we don't mind that coming back. Now, I don't know if they made deals with other generic manufacturers or whatever to license their product because the products are pretty good. I tried the no frills cereals, fine. Everything I tried with the no frills was fine. If I bought a bottle of no frills honey, it was still honey. It was still honey, honey, saving me money, honey. There are ways and there are ways. So buyer beware. I think I was talking about comparing the shampoos earlier, and it's true. Look at the basic ingredients behind the shampoo and conditioner bottles. Oh, and here's one more thing that I like to mention. I like to buy the shampoos that have the built in conditioner. To me, there's less clutter, less bottles, everything's in one, and you could get a fairly good deal from it. Check them out. Try to get the best possible price. Use everything up as much as you can. You know what it is? It's the principle of the thing. When people say, "Boy, Jan, you're being cheap by putting watering down your end of shampoo or your end of dish liquid," no, I'm not. I'm being resourceful and I'm being a saver. What is wrong in being a non-waster? Tell me something. Maybe it's something that has escaped some people's mind. What is being wrong? What is wrong with being a non-waster? I don't want to waste things, especially things that I already paid for. We have been so mentally conditioned. Buy, use up something halfway, toss. It's really incredible the things people toss out. We are so wasteful as a whole in general in life, and honestly, a lot of us cannot really afford to be wasteful. But in my case too, it's also the principle of the matter. If I paid for it, why shouldn't I use it up? Why shouldn't I use it to the max? Tell me why. No. And I'm going to maintain that forever and ever and ever. I'll probably die on that hill of standing by, not wasting anything. All right, everybody. Thank you so very much for being here. I truly appreciate you. Don't forget to come back tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. for some more stupid bloopers like today. No. For hopefully some handy tips and tricks that'll help at least one person listening out there today.